Coming to you live, Conversations with Mr. Body here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, right? And so what is today? Today is Wellness Wednesday, Workout Wednesday, Warrior Wednesday, Hump Day. Whatever you want your Wednesday to be, that's what it's going to be, right? Whatever type of energy you give your day, that's the type of energy that you're going to carry throughout the day, but that's the type of day that you're going to have, right? And so you got to start thinking about these things, right? But today what we're going to be focused on, right, is also going to be just talking about the wellness and the workout aspect, but really, what are you practicing, right? What habits are you practicing in your nutritional, right? In your wellness aspect? What habits are you practicing in your workouts, in your exercise habits, right? Because listen, at the end of the day, what you're practicing, right? What you're practicing is what you are seeing in the physical manifestation of your results or the lack thereof, right? So it's going to show up in public. What you practice in private will show up in public and show up in your results or the lack thereof. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. And it's so crazy, right? Like, you know, I had this whole plan for what I was going to talk about today, but then I got sent this video that was just like by this little kid, and it was just like mind blowing. Like, and we were talking about, listen, like what you practice is what you're going to be feeling and what you're going to be doing. And then you're going to start to look for those things. Even if you say that's not what you want, it's because you've been practicing having these types of habits or having these types of thoughts, and that's what you're going to be able to start looking for, right? And so what I wanted to break it down, like he was kind of more talking about life and feelings and emotions and stuff, but I'm going to relate it to your nutrition and your fitness journey, right? And your results journey. And so we're talking about what habits are you practicing in private, right? So let's talk about your nutritional habits, right? So are you practicing the habit of complaining that you don't have enough time to meal prep, right? And so when you practice that habit, you're never going to find time to meal prep, and so you're not going to meal prep. Therefore, you're not going to have a balanced daily habit with your nutritional plan, which is going to affect your results because, as you know, if you didn't know, it's 80% of your journey. Right? And so if you practice the habits of saying, I don't have time, I don't know how to do the meal prepping, I don't know what to eat and all this other stuff, and that's all you're telling yourself, or that's all you're putting out there, then you're not going to do any of that, and it's going to show up in the fact that you're not getting the results that you want based on the fact that you're not working on your nutritional habits, right? Or are you going to, practice talking about, well, you know what, I don't have access. Right? I don't have access to good food, and that's why, or I don't have a chef, or I don't have a meal prep service that's going to be able to provide the foods, and that's why I'm struggling with my eating habits. Well, guess what? If that's what you're practicing and telling yourself that because you don't have a personal chef, because you don't have a meal prep service, because of these things, that's why you're not getting the good quality foods versus trying to see, okay, well, what can you do within your budget? What can you do with where you're going? How can you figure out how you can start to be able to budget for these things so that you can get the quality nutrients that your body needs and requires in order for you to produce the results that you're looking for? You see, it's what you're practicing. And so because you're practicing telling yourself that, you know what, I don't have a chef and I don't have a meal prep service, right? Because you're practicing that, well, then you're going to go and start to look for, the easier ways, or start to look for the opposite and start to say, you know what, well, since I don't have access to the chef and all that, that's why I'm eating the fast food. That's why I'm eating the junk food. No, you're choosing to eat the junk food because you're practicing telling yourself and pushing yourself in that direction towards the bad food and the junk food and the fast food and ordering out. Because here's the truth of the matter is that even if you go to a fast food place, even if you order out, there's still typically healthy options, right? I don't care whether you do Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever else is out there. Guess what? You have healthier options around you. And even if the most healthy option isn't around you, wherever you're going to, there's probably at least one better option than maybe the things that you're choosing. But it's about what you're practicing. And so therefore, because you're practicing eating the bad things and choosing the bad things, then the struggles are happening with the results that you're not seeing. And then it's just a consistent, vicious cycle of lack of results based on your nutritional habits, but based on the practices that you're doing on a daily basis with the things that you're telling yourself in I don't have time to meal prep. I don't have a chef. I don't have a meal prep service. It's not for me. Healthy food tastes bad. Well, guess what? Every time you eat healthy food, it's going to taste bad. But because you're practicing that healthy food tastes bad, you're always going to look for the bad, healthy, the healthy food that tastes bad. And so therefore, you're not going to go and get healthier options because in your mind, you've told yourself that healthy options taste bad. And so you're always going to want the bad stuff because you feel like the bad stuff tastes so good. And then you just can't get away from it. But no, it's your practices that's leading to you. And that's what's going to show up in public. Because listen, you out here saying, yeah, well, look, I want to get results. I want to change. I want to do this. I want to do that. But guess what's happening? You're practicing none of that. And so because you're practicing none of that, you're not seeing those results. You're saying to yourself out there, yeah, I'm doing all the things. I've made some adjustments to my eating habits. I'm working on me. But the results are not saying the same thing because guess what? What you eat in private will show up in public, will show up in your lack of results. And so that's what I'm talking about. So you got to see what you're practicing. What are you practicing in your nutritional habits? What are you practicing over and over again that's creating this vicious cycle of a circle of you not seeing the results that you want to see in the weeks and the months and the years are going by and you're frustrated and you're like, I want to scream. Drop a one in the comment box if you're like, wow, I never even thought of it that way. Well, now let's talk about the exercise habits, right? Because, hey, I said we're going to talk about nutrition and exercise. Okay, so listen, what are you practicing when you go to the gym or when you're working out at home? Are you practicing that you don't have time to work out and so you don't work out? But yet you have time to scroll on social media, yet you have time to post 15 times a day, yet you have time to talk about the latest show, but you don't have time to work out. What you practicing? What are you practicing in private, right? Because listen, you out here saying that you don't got the time, but you got time to do all these other things that require time, that you could use that time to exercise. Okay, cool. You know what? I get some other better. Well, guess what, Mr. Body? I don't have any equipment in my house, and so therefore I can't work out. Well, I'm here to tell you that guess what? There's lots of things you can do without equipment. And if you have things in your home, you got equipment because you got to get creative, right? So if you keep telling yourself that because the gyms are closed or because it's snowing outside or because you don't have equipment at home, that's why you're not working out. Well, you're practicing those habits, and that's why you're getting the lack of results in your fitness level because you're practicing avoiding fitness. Yes, I said it. You are practicing avoiding fitness by telling yourself and practicing the habits of saying, well, the gym is closed and the gym is too far and they don't have time and and I don't have equipment and all this other stuff when people are out here killing it with home workouts with little or no equipment. What you practicing? Or are you practicing going to the gym or working out at home and you're saying, well, Mr. Body, I'm working out, I'm ready to create my results, but you're practicing being distracted by the notifications on your phone and it's going ding, 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 and you're like, oh, I gotta look. Or are you practicing setting up your workout time at a time when you know there's something else that if somebody asks you to do something at that time, you'll negate the workout and go do that other thing because you really didn't actually want to work out and you were just hoping that anybody asked you for something so you could drop doing the workout. What you practicing? Or are you practicing going through the motions and saying, yeah, you know what, Mr. Body, I went out and I did some arm work, right? And I was doing them curls, right? You know, and I was like, all right, cool, well, demonstrate, show me what you was doing. And you were like, I did a curl like this. And then, you know, my friend was talking to me and I was just talking. And then I did another curl, right? And then I was talking, but then, you know, that one exercise happened to take me like 10 minutes, but I was working. Mr. Body, I was working. But it took you 10 minutes to do 3 sets of curls and you were only doing 15 reps? What? How? What you practicing? Are you practicing, as I like to call it, playing with baby weights? Because you know what? You have all these assumptions in your head and you practice telling yourself that, you know what? Working out with weights that are more challenging or heavy is going to give me the results that I don't want. So I'm going to continue to work out with these light weights. And I don't understand why my body's not changing because, I thought light weights and more reps was supposed to do it. Well, guess what? If that's not giving you the results that you want, then it's not it. But you're continuing to play with the baby weights and saying, yeah, I'm getting it. But the results and what's showing up in public is that I seen you go into the gym for 3, 4, 6, 12 months and your body still look the same. What you practicing while you're in the gym? What are you practicing in the gym? If months are going by, but your body's not changing. Now, listen, we're going to talk about also, like I said, your nutritional habits, what you're practicing. But even inside the gym, yes, because you cannot outwork bad eating habits. But in the gym, if you're putting in some work in the gym, you should still be able to increase your fitness level. But you're still out here working with the same weights and struggling with the same weights. What are you practicing? You got to ask yourself that question. Am I practicing the things that's going to make me get results? Am I practicing the things that's going to give me progress? Because progress equals happiness, and I'm tired of being stressed. I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of being where I am because I'm ready to make a decision to say, you know what? It's time for me to change. It's time for me to practice better habits, because guess what? Better habits is what's going to lead you to better results, and better results is going to lead to better happiness, and better results is going to lead to better in your whole entire life, because once you start making progress in one area, it tends to build confidence in all areas, and then you just got to dominate your life. But the question you got to ask yourself is, what are you practicing? Stop practicing the excuses. Right? There's a saying, you can either have excuses or you can have results. They cannot coexist in the same breath. And so which one do you want? If you want excuses, continue to practice excuses and then continue to be frustrated and stressed that you're not seeing what you want to see. Or you can choose this and practice getting some results, and then practicing getting some results is being open to making some adjustments to what you're doing and what you've been practicing, because what you've been practicing is producing what you have, and you don't want what you have, so it's time for you to make some adjustments. But you got to decide. You want excuses? Because they sound good and, I'm going to tell everybody why I'm where I'm at, because you know what? It makes sense. And my schedule is tough and I got to work 2 jobs and I got kids and I got this and I got that. Okay, listen, well, guess what? Unfortunately, fortunately, there's somebody else that's in the same position as you that is not focused on the excuses and what's not happening and is focusing on this results right here and is out here crushing it. But when you focus on excuses, what you do is you try to find something in this person's life to say, well, you know what? They got this advantage over me, versus saying, I'm ready to become a better version of me. Are you ready? If you're ready, type in, yes, I'm ready. If you're ready, say, yes, I'm ready. If you're ready, say, whoo, let's go. Because it's up to you. You got to decide what you want to see in public, what you want to see in your results. Because when you choose what you want to see, then you'll get what you want to have, because it's up to you. No one can give you what you want besides you. As a 19-year vet in the personal training, fitness, wellness, nutrition industry, right? I can give you the plan, but I can't give you the results, because it's up to you to execute the plan. It's up to you to practice better habits. It's up to you to implement the things that I tell you. The choice is yours. All right, that's all I got for you. It's your boy, Mr. Body. If you got some value in this video, feel free to hit the share button, tag somebody that needs to hear this message, invite somebody to come and watch this video so that they can get the same value that you have. And listen, it's time for you to start practicing better habits in your nutritional aspect, in your exercise aspect, so that you can go out here and dominate and see what you want to see in public in your results. All right, peace. Have